Good? Ooh.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Roundtable here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. I feel like I'm talking to like a stadium or some shit. It sounds amazing. I know you guys have been complaining about it for the last 15 minutes, but this is like the first time I've had these in my head.
Yeah?
As soon as you like say like more than 5 words at a time, though, I'm sure I'll regret it, but it's fine.
You might.
I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But anyways, I'm your host, John Brecco. We have all the members of Remember Yesterday here, except your guitar player, I think.
Yes, Zach is missing today.
All right. Unfortunately, Zach could not be here, but we got the rest of Remember Yesterday. Fuck one party yesterday, and then we got the rest of yesterday.
Yeah,
Weren't you guys thinking of like changing the name though when we were out there?
I think Dana was thinking about changing the name.
You drink too much to remember yesterday.
No one
said it.
No one said that.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought was said. I could have been wrong,
No one
but
said
there
that.
was something about not remembering yesterday. That's all I remember.
That's my terrible memory.
Okay, that's what it
It's
was.
pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
I don't know where I heard drinking, but
Nah, I wouldn't know. Probably
I was
Jesse.
like, I relate so well. All right, yeah, but they might change it at some point to fuck yesterday, but for right now, it's remember yesterday.
Jesse,
But
do you have a mic to talk into?
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah, it's right there.
All right.
There we go.
I don't know why he kept it behind
Yeah.
him for like the last 10 minutes.
I
But
don't want you to hear me breathing as I play. So.
Yeah,
He's a heavy breather.
It's gonna get intense, so just
I used
watch out.
to have one co-host when I did a radio show back in college. He would always breathe into the mic, and it would piss me off the whole time we were on air. Like, it'd be like through his nose too, so it'd like almost be like discreet, but after a while you could hear it. It'd be like,
You'd have like the dry booger, and they made like a trumpet
God.
sound, like a whistle sound.
could you? Actually, I don't think I had that, but could you?
I mean, I haven't either.
I was gonna say, I think.
I'm just saying. It's
Oh, if that happens,
well
it's okay.
documented in movies. It happens.
I mean,
Right.
I've never seen it happen.
just you.
I'm very glad because that sounds like very messy.
Well,
But-
it's dry, so probably won't be so messy.
I don't know. You put like a booger in there, and then like my brain just started going to like stuff getting like all on like the microphone and
Yes.
shit. So that was the vision that I got in my head. So thank you for putting that
Yeah.
disgusting.
This is why they need
Thing
a
in
girl
my
in the
head,
group. This is all they talk about.
I'm pretty sure we got worse.
There's a lot worse.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't gotten to
There's a
taking a
lot
shit
worse.
yet. We can take it there if you want.
That would be Jesse's
Yeah.
department.
Recently,
I was gonna say I do stand up. I do stand up. I have a couple of shit jokes.
Oh, good.
You always got to throw a couple of those.
Yeah.
Yo, why does self-deprecation and shitting on yourself mean like the same thing, but nobody says deprecate? We would sound so much smarter.
Yeah, only smart
Right?
people say that.
Yeah.
Hey, right? Nobody says I gotta go deprecate in the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. We really should.
You should.
I don't know. I
Start
You
talk,
should start it.
Start a thing, yeah.
You have an outlet here.
I
to
did.
Do that.
just make the show AKA self-deprecation.
Okay, let's do that.
I could use some fat jokes as well. You ever like see somebody with a widow's peak haircut? I'm so fat when I see somebody with that, I think of the McDonald's symbol.
Oh my god.
Are you a fan of football at all? Is anybody a fan of football?
Tom was a football player.
You're a
back in
football
the
fan?
day.
So you've seen Patrick Mahomes play?
Yeah.
Every time I see him play, I think of the Hawaiian Punch Kid.
Oh, the Hawaiian Punch Kid. Yeah.
Right? Doesn't it make sense though?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I remember the
Okay.
Hawaiian Punch Kid.
Yeah,
You get it, right?
Football.
Like, it does look like it, right? All right, you understand.
Thought you got it.
All right, but anyway, we should probably talk about, how you guys got into music, how you guys got together. I'm assuming everybody got into music here a different way, so why don't we talk about that first? We can start with you.
All right. Well, I was a musician my whole life. Went to when I was in high school, I did a lot of percussion stuff, did a lot of guitar stuff, and then decided to be a high school band director when I was a sophomore in high school, and then just kind of followed that until I got my job, and then the rest of these guys is pretty connected. It's connected pretty nicely. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's my beginnings.
All right, I gotta ask really quick. The band director is kind of the guy that makes like the motions to everybody,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, I'm the conductor of our band, with our concert band
Okay.
or jazz band, things like that.
Okay, so what made you kind of like when you were doing that? What kind of made you want to like switch back to like guitar?
It's been a long time coming. Being a teacher for 18 years now, I needed to do something a little bit different, just more for myself, as opposed to just teaching and going through doing solo stuff, which I did for a while. So then going back to a band setting seemed the most appropriate. And me and Zach were in a band together for a little bit, and then when that stopped, we decided to start this one.
Okay.
And then we recruited people we knew from.
So, like, what kind of teacher are you actually, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a very shiny teacher.
Well, obviously, you're a very shiny teacher.
Very old teacher.
You're worse than some of the Pokemon when I go walking around, like, taking gyms in Pokemon Go.
Nice.
Like, if she's a black belt, if she punches you, it'll be like a slip and slide. You got, like, the perfect defense.
Yeah, I don't have to do anything to myself.
I don't know what you did to get punched, but...
Oh, enough. A lot of things.
All right, I'm sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I asked them. We came together because all these guys in the band, including Zach, were all former students of mine at the high school, and so they'll be able to tell you more what kind of teacher I was. I mean, I assume I was okay because they're still talking to me.
I mean, I just meant like what subject?
Oh, music.
I was gonna say I didn't think you were like a shitty teacher. I didn't like assume that.
Oh well, I'm the music teacher.
Okay.
And,
It's fair to assume.
I don't know. I figured I'd ask. I was curious. I didn't know you were a teacher, so.
Oh yeah.
I'm totally kidding. And I'll go next.
Okay, good. Go next.
Just because I feel like I'm ragging on you, but you're actually like pretty much probably the best teacher.
If one of you guys decide to go next, she might judo flip you.
Yeah, no one interrupt me or it's over for you.
I'm gonna back up from Mike here.
No, yeah, I mean, I kind of got into music because of Vince in high school. I kind of was a little shyer when I was younger and knew that I wanted to sing and like try to play guitar, but I just never knew how to get into it or what to do, taking lessons, whatever. But when you're in school, it gets trickier. And I feel like a lot of schools don't really have the outlet that we had to do what we do. He really gave us the outlet as like acoustic musicians and singers and songwriters to kind of use that platform instead of like just being able to do like the school musical if you're into music. Like we really had like an awesome opportunity with what he set up for us, and he really pushed me, I know personally, to start writing songs and pushing myself.
She's written some really awesome songs.
Thanks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, a lot of schools really don't have that outlet. I kind of wish I had that outlet when I was younger. So I guess thank you for bringing that to some school around here, man.
Oh yeah.
What school do you teach at?
Middlesex High School.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so we got the bass player looking all spazzed out over here, so I think he can go next. You kind of look like you were in like meditation, man. I almost hated trying to like talk to you and bring you out of it.
Oh,
But
that's all right. I think I was like taking a nap in my eyes.
It's just a
open.
chill dude.
Yeah, I was Vincent's student in high school, and I've been playing bass since 7th grade.
okay.
Yeah, music my whole life. It's a huge part of my life, and it's one of the many bands that I was lucky to be a part of. And Vince actually reached out to me because they needed a bass player at the time, and
Okay.
yeah, he was pretty stoked. When we
Yeah.
got together.
I was honestly, I was really surprised because Tom had been in a band called Garden State Line, right? And they had tasted a decent amount of success for a local band. They did a couple of tours here and there,
Yeah.
mostly in the East Coast and Jersey, of course. Like they were the house band at Asbury Park at Stone Pony for a while. So I was like, Tom's not gonna be in a cover band. Like he was just in his original band doing his awesome awesome bass lines that he comes up with. He's not gonna, but I asked anyway, and then I think he texted back like with a very enthusiastic hell yeah or something. I was like, what? that's pretty awesome.
What, he wants to associate with me?
Yeah, I'm like, well, because I had opened for his band a few times as a solo guy, so we always kept in touch. It was maybe a few years after high school I didn't see you, but then when he resurfaced as a bass player again.
Like a dark hole. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, it's probably the best years of your life. What are you talking about?
Wow.
He went into a dark hole while he was on tour and having success.
Yeah.
That sounds like every guy with a documentary ever.
There's always that void.
Behind the music about it.
Yeah, right? That's how you know he belongs on VH1. He went into the dark hole.
I know.
Especially when you were over at Asbury. Because everywhere you go where band's performing, there's a bar there.
Yeah. There's a lot of dark holes in Asbury.
It was a setup for you all along. I don't even want to talk about Asbury. I ended up naked on the beach there too many times.
All right.
Happens to the best of us.
All right, but
Jesse, you're in the hot seat.
Oh no.
Yeah, Jesse.
you're in the hot seat now, buddy. So it's your turn. Let's go.
So just similar to them, you
Let
know.
this man get his chakras flowing again.
Oh,
I
I'm gonna
disrupted
try.
that.
I'm gonna try.
Jesse can get it out of people.
Similar to these guys, you know, I started around 7th or 8th grade. I just had a drum set. I got a drum set for Christmas. I started to play by ear. You know, at the time, I think I like mostly like metal music. I was really into like Slipknot, Lamb of God, you know, bands like that. I bought a double bass drum pedal. You know, I was trying to play as loud as possible in my room all the time. And then when I got to high school, I actually started to take lessons with Vince privately for concert percussion, kind of like orchestral stuff, kind of like that. And, you know, it was really nice. We don't have too big of a band program. The band program's good for the size that it is, but...
You're talking about Middlesex?
Yeah, Middlesex. So, but like just what Dana was saying before about the extra concerts that Vince would put on, it kind of gave another outlet for other performers like myself to play. So I would play some of the orchestral stuff that, you know, I would do in private lessons, which was really cool.
Yeah, you do like timpani solos and
Yeah.
marimba solos and things like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
At our rock shows, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something different.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
All right, I do have to ask though, since you were like that kid that was, you know, into bands like Slipknot and stuff like that. Did you
Yeah.
ever picture yourself being in a cover band? I didn't even know you guys were a cover band until you started playing some of the songs you did. I was like, holy shit, I can sing to this.
No, I mean, you know, it's kind of funny. I feel like the past few years I've had a lot of different musical experiences, but I have the least amount of experience in a band compared to these guys. I feel like in like a rock band setting.
Gotcha.
So I was surprised, you know, when Vince wanted to put something together. I didn't see it coming.
Okay.
But it's a good surprise, you know. I love
Yeah.
playing out. It's great.
All right, Tom, I got to interrupt your chakras again, man.
What's up, bro?
Did you picture yourself, you know, being in a cover band at any point, you know, especially with the success you were having in your other band?
Not necessarily. I mean, I never really, you know, had like a cover band on, you know, on my radars per se.
Okay.
But after the band that I was in, you know, after we broke up, it kind of bounced around with different bands, and cover band was good because it kind of, when you're in a band and you're touring, and you know, it's practice every weekend, it's gigs on the weekend, it's practice during the week, it's, you know, long drives, it's long nights, and working a full-time job. So the cover band was kind of a breath of fresh air because it's kind of convenient to, you know, to your schedule versus being in a, you know, a
Okay.
band, which is like having another family.
I do have to get off topic for a little bit. Can we just talk about how subtly Gino just came in here and just completely just fixed your bike?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty slick.
Yeah, right? I barely even noticed him come in. He like tiptoed in here. Then
like
I
a
just like
phantom.
see him like moving
Yeah.
the mic.
I wasn't sure if you could hear me because like Jesse, he sounded like God when he
Like, you
I tried.
like
talking to us.
you like felt like the vibration like when he was talking. He was like, "Let there be light." Like you just like felt it like in your head,
I was gonna help you, but I didn't want to get axed in the face.
right?
I was gonna try to.
You will get it.
You thought you
It's gonna happen.
The black belt girls. See how you
Like
block
it.
that?
you
She
thought
like counterblocks it.
you thought you all were gonna be in each other's head. And now it's just Jesse.
I
and
know.
everybody
Yeah.
else.
Jesse's taking over.
He's like pounding like in everybody's head
Yeah.
too. That's like the worst of it. It's
He
good.
didn't even want the mic. He was like, I
You're-
don't need that.
You're like me after a night in Asbury. Come on, man. But, you know, shit, I actually forget what I was going to ask you now.
I got something to ask you. How about I put you in the hot seat?
Sure, put me in the hot seat, man.
Are you going to sing along when we play?
I might. We'll
Okay.
see what happens.
All right.
All I know is I thought my girlfriend liked my singing voice for 5 of the 6 months we've been together, and apparently she doesn't. She just appreciates it.
Those first 5
I
months
thought-
are the
Yeah.
honeymoon phase.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Yeah,
she
right.
loves
You
everything
have to
that you
say
do.
it like it.
I was in the honeymoon phase
She
for.
loves your snoring. She loves
I love
probably
her
your
snoring
sleep
too.
apnea.
I love her snoring too. She loves my lack of being able to cuddle. I can't be touching people when I go to sleep. When I'm able to touch people when I go to sleep and cuddle, that's how I know I'm really tired now. Because I think that's happened like 3 times in
How
the
many
last 6
people do
months.
you
No, touch and go to sleep with.
That must be in Asbury Park when you pass out.
I am so sorry. Oh my god. Ugh. I didn't even mean for that to go to the.
Wow,
place it
that
did,
definitely
but-
was a hot seat. Wow, Tom, nice
Yeah,
job.
really. Don't ask me any questions.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But we'll see.
man.
We'll see if I want to
actually
sing
wasn't
along.
in meditation. I was prepping for an attack.
Okay.
It's similar. It's very similar.
That's what you're That's what you're prepping for. Put me in the hot seat, have shit blow up. There are so many directions I can now take this, but
Break his game plan out.
oh my god, game plan is just out the window now. Tuck and roll. Thank God for Windows.
Well,
Which there are none
no,
of in
there's
here.
none here.
Thank God for second floor windows. Let's hope we take out Tom's car. Just kidding.
Nice.
I was gonna say you're like a ninja too, though. You came in through like the door that I didn't even know was like connected to this room.
Yeah, we were like going through the front trying to find the
I
place,
heard,
and here you go.
Yeah, I heard
He
your
called-
voice through the wall.
He actually called
Ninja-like.
called me. Was like, "Where the fuck is the studio?" He's like, "Is there a Russard's by you?" I'm like, "What the fuck is Russard's?"
It's right down the
And then-
street. It's
Oh
right
yeah, I went there too.
I started thinking of like, "Oh, Russell's."
I know you said Brussels. I'm like, we're not on the same page right now. We're gonna be in the woods, like the.
As soon as he said Dunkin' Donuts, the Russard's across from Dunkin' Donuts, I'm like, "All right, I know he's close."
And there's
What
a
is
Taco Bell.
Russell's?
It's like a deli. I don't know. It's right,
okay.
down, right in the corner.
Honestly, I had a guy end up in Ewing. It was so bad one time.
Oh wow.
So
That's mine.
I-
Go home, Tom.
I have no idea how he did that, but there was one guy that actually ended up in Ewing. I had another guy.
Have we checked on him since? Is he okay?
He made it that
Still in
night,
Ewing.
Did Dana get to him first? He's no longer with us.
and he lives in Asbury too. That'd be
Wow,
some shit if he was still in
He's all
Ewing.
confused.
Somehow he ended up in like Cherry Hill. Now he's like drunk by a beach in like Cape May.
He's taking the grand tour of Jersey.
Yeah, that's the only beach where nobody gets drunk too. That's the sad part.
Where's that?
Cape May.
Cape May, yeah.
I was about to say it's like the
It's dry.
southernmost part of
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's like a dry town, right?
It's like a dry beach.
Yeah.
There's
You
no
don't-
water in that beach.
You don't have any other dry beaches.
You want to hear?
It's just sand.
It's a real son of
the
a
desert.
it's a real son of a beach, man. Let me tell you. You were gonna say something though. But
It wasn't Cape May. I'm thinking of
Ocean City.
Ocean Grove.
Ocean Grove.
Right next door to
Yes,
Asbury.
Right next door to Asbury. So
Oh,
we played
yeah.
at the Saint in Asbury Park, and we got a room in Asbury because we just planned to drink all day, so we didn't want to
I was
drive
about
back
to
up
say-
here.
I was about to say, there's no way a beach next to Asbury Park is a dry beach.
No,
No.
yeah, it is. Ocean
It
Grove.
is.
Ocean Grove is?
absolutely a dry.
Totally
Oh, wow.
So we were playing the Saint that night. So earlier during the day, we go to check in, and we're loading all of our equipment from the truck and bags and stuff. And my singer pulls a 30-pack out of the back of the van that we were in, and the guy at the front desk, he's like, this is a dry town. You can't consume alcohol anywhere. And
He packed up and
Well, yeah.
Well,
pretty
tuck
much.
and roll.
What we did was we just burned the building down. Actually,
I
we just
can't
figured that the
consume
rules
my
of the
alcohol.
township don't apply to our room. because
Okay.
That's like our room, so
Yeah.
we just drank in our room.
I was gonna say that's what I normally end up
Yeah.
doing. That's
glad
what
I
I just.
had a happy ending.
That's what I naturally do
But
at a
the funny
hotel.
thing is this place that we rented, we booked a room, in advance. So we didn't see the place. It was this like bed and breakfast that was like old and decrepit, and the rooms were like these, like
Sleep
8x8 rooms that had like 2 twin beds. The bathroom sink was like attached to the wall. There was like no toilet. That sounds like a closet.
That sounds.
And there's 5 guys in the band.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So yeah,
That sounds like
You
a
know.
jail cell, not a hotel room.
I mean, the only time we spent in the room was from maybe like, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Money well spent
Seriously.
at a bed and breakfast in Ocean Grove.
Old and decrepit bed and breakfast. He slept on spider webs. He had to piss in the sink when he got drunk.
And they had to drink water.
Maybe we like pull up, we were in the lobby waiting, and we got like a 30-pack and a bunch of guitars, and we're sitting next to like an antique piano and like a knitted quilt on the couch.
They were not ready for you.
See, we don't have stories like that because Tom has the most miles on him as far as like
Yeah.
playing shows and playing out.
Have a guitar solo with the rhythm piano in the background.
Right?
I mean, I have my own personal stories like that.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
You're more than welcome to share.
That's for another time.
All right.
You guys want to play a song?
Yeah, let's do
You
it.
guys can play a song whenever you want. I was just kind of shooting the shit at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wanna do a little zombie?
Of course.
All right. Let's give this a shot.
There's
do it.
Zombie.
Let's see if I can get him off track with singing at some point.
There you go.
Well, Dana's singing this one, so.
And she will cut you.
I will.
Happens.
Another head hangs lowly, child is slowly taken. The violence causes silence. Who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are crying. In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Oh, yeah. Another mother's breaking heart is taken over. The violence causes silence. We must be mistaken. It's the same old thing since 1916. In your head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are dying. In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Oh, in your head, they are fighting, zombie, yeah. Oh, in your head, they are fighting, zombie.
Woo! Remember yesterday on Hamilton Radio, baby.
Nice.
Hey.
I didn't want to like do it like too much after like that. After that first time, I kept it to myself. I just was like, let me get this shit out of my system before I.
You know, one of the most fun things about doing this is like I don't know. I'm sure these guys do also, but I listen so hard when we play, and then every now and then I'll just catch like lightning in a bottle from everybody. Like Tom was just doing this bass line, like this little run. That just hit me. I was like, oh, it's freaking sweet. And then Dana hits. I'm like, you know, like those are like the moments that make playing so much fun. Is like when you hear something that gets you excited and then like kind of makes you want to, you know, play a little bit harder, you know, or just a little bit more mellow, just kind of playing off of each other.
And I know even for me being the newest member of the band, like just getting more comfortable with the songs, you start to get more comfortable like playing around with things and kind of changing it up every time you do it.
I feel like the
It gets more
dynamic,
fun.
we're pretty good at like building,
Yeah, and
you know, breaking,
Totally.
down,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
yeah, and I just started doing this thing, you know, just doing, and then
was
Tom
awesome.
caught that, and then he just started doing something along with that. I mean, it's really the coolest thing. Is like the spontaneity of playing.
Yeah,
I think
not
you guys-
really rehearsed.
Yeah, we're not extremely proud of
That's an
that,
understatement.
come
but
by
we are
time.
proud of it.
Yeah.
I think you guys can be proud of it because that just speaks to the amount of chemistry that everybody has in this band.
Yeah.
And personally, I just want to say, like, I completely lost my train of thought.
He's so handsome. When you look at him, you just forget stuff.
Are you talking to
Yeah.
Dana or
Yeah,
me?
listen,
I
I'm
was-
handsome too. It's okay.
I was about to say Dana's a handsome
Because
woman.
sometimes when you look at Dana, she
I
just
know.
takes the shape of a unicorn. And it's hard to concentrate. Her voice is like, what is it,
That's-
Fergie and Jesus?
Your voice is magical. I felt it ringing.
Is that what you were gonna say?
I was gonna say something
Trying to
like
help
that,
you out.
If that's what you were gonna
Yeah.
say, you can please feel free to say it.
but it was very magical. But I forgot exactly how I was gonna say it. And then I was
I think
like,
Tom said it. Thank you, Tom.
and then I was like, wait, she's such a handsome woman. I can't tell her how magical her voice is right now. I can't tell her it belongs in a box of Lucky Charms somewhere.
Ooh, that's
Didn't-
awesome.
The last show we played, didn't someone call you a handsome woman, Vince?
I don't know. It happens every now and then. It happens every now and then. Believe me.
You're a very handsome man as well. You have a nice beard going on there. I can appreciate
I
that.
know. I'm trying to catch up to you over there.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, we don't have Zach here. You're
Yeah.
telling me he has a very nice beard.
Like they all have, you
No, I
know.
think he
Well,
shaved
you
it.
all have beards.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he's bald. In the, in
You
the-
son of a
in this
bitch.
area.
That piece of
Don't
shit.
use that word around
In
me,
this
you
area.
bastard.
Thank
Bald
God.
is like a
No,
four-letter word to Vince.
I know. I could have sworn he was just telling me at our last live show like how he oils it and like he combs it.
Oh, he would.
He has
He
like
has
a
a
special
mustache.
brush.
I
think he has
do
a
I do comb mine. I don't oil it though.
I'm gonna hold back my comments for that.
Wait until he's here to defend himself.
No, but like honestly though, when you get it to this point, it really like messes up when you get out of bed. Like it's like hair, like hangs everywhere.
I mean, I cannot relate. Thank God.
I think I don't know. Maybe you get to a point where you have like too much hair. I never got to that point. But.
I don't know. I don't have too much hair. But
Oh,
I have the
okay.
Asian.
All right,
I have
all
the
right.
Asian beard that's straight hair, so I don't have the curly. Thing.
Your head
It's
has
straight.
sparkles on it. I wasn't worried. Don't
You mean
worry.
glitter? I think you mean glitter.
I don't know.
Because I,
Maybe,
in fact, glittered my head today. I'm just
did
kidding.
you actually?
No, I didn't. I had to stop that real quick because you bastard would have
I was
said
gonna say I might have.
I was gonna go somewhere with that.
I,
I
but I,
was gonna too, but I'm not gonna.
I might
Go to
have.
hell, both of you.
I might have actually believed it, like if he didn't tell me he was just kidding. Oh man, but all right. I guess the next thing that I have to ask is, what's your favorite song to like do together? Is it Zombies or?
Oh man.
I know which one's my favorite.
Okay.
To get with everybody,
Yeah.
I would say "Bring Me to
I
Life."
was gonna say the same
Yeah.
thing.
Bring You to Life.
"Bring Me to Life," the Evanescence
That's a
song.
classic.
Yeah.
Not Jesse, not you.
I don't know. I like
There-
that song, but I don't think it's my favorite that we do together.
With everybody
go
with
around the
Dana.
table.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like.
It is the round table.
Yeah.
Come
Even though
together.
the table's not round
know, it's
anymore.
pretty- it's-
It
yeah.
used to be round.
This is the oblong table.
I was gonna
Gotta
say.
change the name.
I can't. I
Have
can't.
the same ring.
I really can't. I can't make it like the triple square table. That sounds stupid.
All right.
All right, so-
what's your favorite song to play as a group?
Either Everlong or Come Together.
But that doesn't involve Dana.
I'm not there, Jesse. Thank you.
That's true.
I don't.
Everybody.
God, Jesse is so
wait.
selfish.
He
Well,
likes the songs that I
Well,
want.
he has to
You
pick
could
his.
do Come Together, right?
Well,
I
Vince
don't
would
see
let
why
me.
not.
Such a song hop.
Are you kidding me? Wait, because in that
Right?
song, Zach and I go back and forth. We trade fours at the end,
Yeah.
and she was just didn't want to stand there looking like an asshole
right.
while we did that. That was the reason.
Okay.
But we
What-
really play along with the song. I mean,
Yeah.
compared
Yeah.
to
No, you guys do that
maybe
one awesome. You
maybe
really do.
compared to most traditional cover bands, we really have a lot of
Jams.
improvisation.
Yeah,
and
we have a
jams.
jam band vibe.
Yeah,
to it,
so I think that's why I enjoy the ending of the song so much when Zach and Vince trade fours.
I think that's my favorite one that you
Really
guys do
nice.
that I'm not in.
Rocking
Yeah.
that steady
Oh,
four.
yeah, I know. I'm loving it.
What's your favorite one to do with Dana though? If you had to pick.
Everlong, right?
She
Yeah,
sings. She
yeah.
sings a little
He
back.
does sing
He's
Everlong.
like, I don't know, whatever song Dana does. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a magical unicorn. I'm
He doesn't
sorry.
even know. He's just like,
Yeah.
right? You.
I'm trying
Dana.
to.
He
I
plays
can't remember. I just see Zach.
I was just curious. I didn't want to leave her out.
Yeah.
We make Jesse sit outside when we play, so he actually has no idea what's
All right,
going
that's
on.
I'm just mic'd.
All he does is beat on things. He doesn't pay attention. He doesn't learn.
He doesn't evolve like we do.
He doesn't know things. He just beats on
I just
stuff.
hit things.
Guys, what's your favorite song to do without Jesse?
Nothing.
All of it.
We love Jesse. We love Jesse.
All right, what's your favorite song to do though?
I really like I Don't Want to Be by
Yeah.
Gavin
Yeah,
DeGraw.
That's a fun
Jesse
one.
insists on funking it up and and throwing triplets in there, and it just makes me laugh as a musician because there's something about triplets that make me laugh.
I'm a triplet.
I feel
Yeah.
She is fun fact.
She really?
She is a triplet.
It's just
wow.
funny, like
Yeah.
it's just like I hear a triplet, I hear a drummer playing a triplet group, and as a bass player, it like sends a tingle down my musical spine. I don't know what it is.
as a comedian, I feel that way about midgets, but that's a very different thing.
Oh man.
All right, but I'm actually curious to hear that, like a funked up Gavin DeGraw
We
song.
should play that.
Yeah. If do you guys mind playing that next? Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually
Not at
personally
all.
want
I
to hear
love that song. Yeah.
So Dana,
I'll
what?
just join in.
You'll just.
I was about to say, is she
Listen to that.
included in that one or?
Yeah.
We can do that because Zach, he kind of scratches his head for that song anyway. I don't think he's ever really learned that song. No, I'm just kidding. Zach knows every song ever. He's like
No,
a musical
Zach-
jukebox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a guitar player.
No,
He's
Zach
not
is
here,
crazy.
So we're gonna break his balls, but
I'm honestly curious to know what Zach's favorite song is now, but there's no way I can. know.
Eruption.
probably something like ridiculous.
Eruption.
From like a speed metal band somewhere.
It has to be Eruption.
Oh,
that we
for
play.
him to play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
know
play
other
Eruption
ones?
a lot
Or
of the time.
Hurricane.
Find the Real is fun too.
Yeah, Find the Real by Alter Bridge. That's
Zach
a
gets
great
this, like,
song
Alt-
for her to
Alter
sing.
Bridge is a good
Zach gets this like metal stance. Like you ever seen metal guitar players where they
Yep.
swing their hair around and they get that wide stance?
Yeah.
It's like a crab.
It's
walk.
like a
Nice.
part yoga pose, and then the guitar is like up high on him.
That's probably where they got like the idea to like do this and like spread the legs from
Yeah.
yoga, just like.
yeah.
Probably. Pete Townsend was a yoga guy, maybe. I don't know.
Can you imagine?
Townsend was a yoga guy.
Just-
That's actually a good podcast.
just catch Kiss in the same yoga session as you.
Wait, you want to try it?
Yeah,
No, no. it's-
Catch
it goes
Jimi
on
Hendrix come back and do the P90X.
here. There we go. Now I don't need to be anything other than a prison guard, son. I don't need to be anything other than a specialist, son. I don't have to be anyone other than the birth of two souls in one. Part of where I'm going, is knowing where I'm coming from. I don't wanna be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately, yeah. All I have to do is think of me and a peace of mind. I'm tired of looking around rooms, wondering what I gotta do and who I'm supposed to be. I don't wanna be anything other than me. I'm surrounded by liars everywhere I turn. I'm surrounded by imposters everywhere I turn. I'm surrounded by identity crisis everywhere I turn. Am I the only one who's noticed? Can't be the only one who's learned. I don't wanna be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately, yeah. All I have to do is think of me and a peace of mind. I'm tired of looking around rooms, wondering what I gotta do, who I'm supposed to be. I don't wanna be anything other than me. Can I have your attention, please? No. If you don't like this or that, you're gonna have to fuck off and leave. I came from a mountain, the crust of creation. My whole situation made of clay to stone. Now I'm telling everybody I don't wanna be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately, yeah. All I have to do is think of me and a peace of mind. I'm tired of looking around rooms, wondering what I gotta do, who I'm supposed to be. I don't wanna be anything other than me, yeah. I don't wanna be, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't wanna be, yeah. I don't wanna be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately, yeah. All I have to do is think of me and peace of mind. I'm tired of looking around rooms, wondering what I gotta do, who I'm supposed to be. I don't wanna be anything other than me. Nice. I like what you're doing there.
Woo!
That was awesome.
I don't want to be Gravin de Gaul. Remember yesterday? I said that messed up. Damn it.
Take two.
Action. I did kind of like catch you laughing though as he was like funking it up. I saw you like smiling really quick. He's just his face was just like all scrunched up like this.
When he's in the zone, it's the best thing. He'll just stand there, and we've talked about this a few times.
Yeah.
He'll just stand there, right, and then out of nowhere he'll just do this one sidestep and stand completely straight, and then just
Does he like
the best thing ever.
Does he like
But
go
it's
from
so
like
groovy.
side to side with it?
Yeah, he'll move around a little bit, but when he does that, like that attention stance, we and him were like, oh shit, he means business now.
Yeah, he's so nimble.
When you
and
get to a good part of
the groove is.
when you get to a good part of the song, dun.
Did you say nimble?
Yeah, it's just on his feet, you know. It's
a good word.
Dance.
On American Ninja War.
Yeah.
It's all that offensive lineman training.
Yeah, wow.
Hell yeah. Did you go to school for? Were you like in college at any point?
I did a year of college right after high school.
Okay.
And then I went back after and went to night school.
I was just gonna ask if you played football while you were there.
I played football in high school, and I played for the year that I was in college, and then after that, I, stopped playing after that.
Yeah.
I played
I-
for 1 year in college and 3 years in high school. I don't think I played my freshman year. I played my sophomore.
How was it playing in college? Because my school didn't have a team, so I didn't play. I played in high school, but not in
It
college.
was tough. It was a whole different experience than high school football. In high school football, felt like I was the big fish in the little pond. And
Yeah.
then I go to college and everybody's like.
Then you go to college, everybody was that big fish in the little pond.
Yeah, in college, the guy that I was behind as like a freshman, the guy that I was supposed to be like, he was like the starter and I was like the backup. The guy was 6'5" and 330 pounds.
Yeah.
And I was like a 17-year-old kid, and he was like a man. And I was like, okay.
Although I did have a couple guys like that. I remember one of the kids, like I think he was a year younger than me. He was playing my position. He was actually around that big, and this was in high school.
Wow.
So I remember playing with guys like that. I think I warmed up with like him and this other kid that was like 300 pounds a couple of times, and I remember I used to love hitting them, because I was always like that. I was always like the little like bull like of the football team, so I was able to like hit the bigger guys, and I was fine.
Right.
So I just always like loved being able to go into practice or go into warm-ups with anybody bigger than me. I just always thought it was fun.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's a good
I miss it,
mentality
man.
to
I
have.
really do.
Yeah.
I enjoyed football, but my passion has always been in like music and
Yeah.
creating. Sports are always fun, but it was just a good outlet for like energy and aggression.
I was gonna say nobody wants 5'6" linemen anyway. I had to find something else.
Yeah. No. So yeah, sports was fun in high school, but like anything else, as you get older, you start to become your interests become in different things, and
Yeah.
sports kind of after high school, I kind of just left that
Yeah.
behind, and started to create music and spent a lot of time in the studio early on, and then like Vince said, we did a lot of like traveling with the band, but ultimately cutting the first studio album was like the greatest experience for me because I
That's a
kind of
great
learned
album.
what it's like to create an album from scratch. My singer had a few songs, but ultimately we created that album on our own. It's something to say,
Yeah.
down the road when you're old and elderly, you can say, we made an album. So
It'll still be on Spotify. It'll still be
yeah,
on-
and it'll
Yeah.
be like like back, probably when we're older, you could probably like just play music through your toilet or something.
Yeah,
Garden State
right.
Line will be on there. You just say, toilet, find me Garden State Line.
It's like Alexa in the toilet.
You hear like the drums vibrate as you try to like take a shit.
That's a
Actually,
genius
that's
idea.
probably a multi-million-dollar idea,
Yeah.
and I have a lot of those.
Well,
You
somebody's
may
gonna
not want to
take
share
now,
it,
you're
man. You may
screwed.
want to keep them for yourself.
But then you
All
got
right, let's
every.
copyright it right now.
Yeah.
The Dookie DJ.
He's probably the one who
Had
thought of
you
the
been-
fidget spinner. Oh my god.
You heard it here first. on
Yeah.
You
the
did.
radio.
But I will say this, music I think today has a lot more avenues that you can like open up from. You can go to so many different bars nowadays. Asbury has so many. You
Yeah.
know, all my drunk nights in Asbury aside, Asbury has so many different venues that you can play at, and there's plenty of places that you can go throughout the tri-state area in general, all around, and there's ways to open the door in music like I don't think there have been before, especially with YouTube, social media,
Sure.
and stuff like that. And sports doesn't have that, so I just really wanted to comment on that and just talk about the way music has progressed throughout the years, man.
The consumption of it is different. The production of it is different. In school now, I mean, actually for years, even when these guys were around, I was always trying to push like a music technology thing. And then 16 years into my career, this is a couple years ago, we were given that, we were bestowed, a bunch of iMacs, which is great. And then trying to just, show the kids how to, pretty much, trying to show the kids like how much exactly what you're saying. Like it's different now. You can share your work so much easier. It's incredible how much things have changed too. And Tom, you and I were talking about this, at some point. I mean, his generation was really the one before the smartphone came out.
Right.
So
Yeah.
these guys like had to learn, they learned how to do things, with their hands and make stuff with their hands. Now it's like you
I
just
didn't have
need
a
your
smartphone
thumbs.
either.
Yeah.
When I was in high school,
Yeah.
I had a beeper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna
You were
say,
a drug dealer. That's what that means.
No, I would just like text people like I don't know what it was, like 717.
Just your phone number, right, or something?
Like
And
hello.
you like flip it over and it says like tits.
his,
Wait, Tom,
That was like the
beeper
sole
phone.
purpose of a
Yeah.
beeper. Yeah. You turned the calculator over.
I was
to
gonna say, you sure that wasn't your calculator? You thought it was a beeper?
I actually-
No, Tom, it's just a
No, my
calculator.
calculator was my T80, whatever it was they give you in
Yeah.
high school,
Yeah, yeah,
T82, was strictly for the racing game
Dog.
on the calculator. Like when you go into the
Oh,
programs and you can play the racing
Absolutely.
game. I don't think I've ever done any actual calculations on it.
I don't
I
think
was
I
like
have either.
level like 43 in that game.
See, when you don't have a smartphone, you come up with clever shit like that.
Yeah.
why
Anybody
we're s-
remember Space Cadet pinball on the old
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that. I always used to play that.
I on my computer lab class, I was like a master at that.
That's how he really learned how to type. He just kept pressing the same buttons over and over again. Eventually, he just got
Actually,
used to it
I
with his
probably
fingers.
blame some of my shortcomings on Vince because like my junior and senior year, I spent like all my free time in the band room, like
Yeah.
stuck in a corner playing bass.
It's true. He was passionate. That was a little different back then too. Like, these guys were like there was a different level of passion. Like he had to do it or he would hurt. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he would, it was just different. I mean, he would just practice. I'd give him a bass book. He would eat it up in like a week. He'd just play through it. Like is there something else? How do you slap? And then I'm like, well, I know how to do this. Well, I don't know. And then I gave him a book, and then he's learning it. And he,
Yeah.
of course he listens to music and back then we couldn't consume music as easy, so
Yeah.
you had to go old school and
Yeah,
like
man.
learn it off the radio, learn it off
Yeah.
the tape,
You
learn it
know,
off the
I always
CD.
say the funniest thing is like I remember being, probably 14, 15, I don't know, and getting like Chili Pepper CDs, Incubus CDs, and playing along with it in my room. And I didn't even have money to get an amp at the time. I just had my bass, and I would be like playing along with the songs with my bass not even plugged in. So like, who knows what I was playing? But getting the feel of like listening to music and playing along with it, I think that kind of like, clicked in my brain. Whereas like when I started to like really learn the instrument, I already had the feel aspect down. It just became the actual like learning the notation of everything, and that kind of. I think that helped me a lot.
Yeah, there's definitely something to be said about not having that distraction that everybody has now, and I think that's why music has progressed in such a digital way now, where it's so much less natural. I feel like you can't even find a lot of bands now that are just straight up like to the core, instrument based. Like
And if you can, they're hard to find because like,
Exactly.
would you
Like
go to
the-
a band for live original music that you don't know, or you want to hear something that you do know?
Or people don't want to pay.
Yeah.
The thing that like bothers me as like as a musician and like someone who like, creates music is like the stuff that does make it and the stuff that does get on the air is like I can play you a song right now that has 4 chords in it, and every variation of those 4 chords is on the radio at some point. It's like they took a cookie cutter version of a perfect song with an intro, a verse, a chorus, a verse, a bridge, and a chord.
Yeah, the
and
formula.
it's like the same 4 chords, and
There's
and
so
that's
many songs
cool.
like that, too.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. That's okay for a genre, but for that to be the only thing that's available for people to listen to on mainstream radio, like so you have to go on Spotify and you have to search for random ass bands to find new music. But I mean, the stuff that you hear on the radio, it's the same old song every other day. It's like it could be on one song could be on 2 radio stations at the same time, a popular radio station. It's just like, where's the passion for people? There are people out there who want new music and who want to discover bands, and hopefully we reach some of those people tonight. But I feel like it's a lot of the people's responsibility too to go dig and find new music and get out there and go to shows of unknown bands, because a lot of those unknown bands are Imagine
Some of the
Dragons.
best bands you've heard.
They're the Imagine Dragons of our generation, or the whoever 21 Pilots who did start just like that, but then they got a following. But it takes people going outside of their comfort zone of
some of the bands you find are better than what you hear on the radio.
Sure,
Definitely. And honestly, I this is one thing I hate about the radio, especially FM. I hate having to go to like 3 different stations and I find the same thing on the air.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'll have like 2 or 3 different stations of like my favorite genre, and they'll all be playing the same thing. I'm like, the fuck is this?
Oh my god, there's a whole. Oh my god, I don't listen to any like.
FM,
Pop. Like, I'm not like a radio. Like everything that I find is totally outside of radio.
Yeah.
I'm at the point now where if I turn on the radio, I don't even know those songs anymore.
Yeah.
But there's just there's a whole world outside of mainstream stuff
Yeah.
where there is really good music out there still. Like I was, watching the Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody movie, and just thinking like, where's their where's
The
there music
originality,
like
the
this anymore?
Innovation.
Yeah.
Well, I've read somewhere that on the radio now, on pop radio, there's really only 6 or 7 true songwriters of everything that we're
Totally.
listening to. So that's why there's like a
Yeah.
cookie cutter sound.
Right.
And form, because it's the same people writing for all these same artists. Those 6 to 8 people are millionaires. Good for them.
Yeah.
But
They're like ghostwriters almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, but what about the craft now? Like, I don't know if a kid can listen to the crap that's on the radio now and get inspired.
Yeah.
I don't think that can happen.
Yeah.
But we're also from a different generation, where we listen to passionate music. So now it's a little different now. And what do they really listen to the radio? Like, I don't know. A lot of them listen to YouTube.
I mean, I do
they-
I think more
sometimes.
Sometimes I just discovered Sirius, and it's the best freaking thing
Oh,
on the
yeah,
planet.
Sirius is
Because you hear stuff, you can hear like independent stuff. You hear everything,
Yeah.
Like Lithium. That's like our playlist. It's our set list.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Lithium.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
All right, I do want to switch gears for a second. I actually met you through Jerry Petito, so I'm just curious on this. How did you guys end up knowing each other?
Jerry.
Petito?
I thought we met through your dad went to
My dad?
Tom's.
Oh, that was you?
Tom went to Tom's girlfriend's restaurant.
Holy shit! I got you guys mixed up with somebody else then.
Yeah, I feel bad. I'm Jerry.
other
I'm
guy
sure
bald
you're a nice
too?
guy, Jared. I don't know if I know.
Yeah. No, man. I'm sorry about that. No,
Yeah.
because I know she tried to put me in contact with somebody. I forget who it was. I thought it was you, but I could have been completely wrong. Maybe that
Yeah.
It might have been. It might have been.
Yeah,
'cause
your
of my
dad went to Crystal's restaurant, and I
Yeah.
think Crystal knows.
Yep.
He was actually just asking if you guys have ever been on today, and I just assumed you were the one I met through Jerry, so I ended up telling him no. I gotta explain to him like, yeah, I got the wrong people, my bad. Oh man, but
Those guys are probably fuck yesterday. We're remember yesterday.
Right.
kind of like how you were trying to name the band out there.
Not to be confused with.
Not
We're remembering us.
not to be confused with the band name that they were trying to come up with before the show. All right, but real quick though, this show is sponsored by the Jerry Petito Show, so thank you, Jerry, for everything that you've helped me out with. Check out her show, 5 to 6:30 p.m., same exact day, right here on Hamilton Radio. And really quick, I have a really big announcement. This show just got its second sponsor today. Anakian Music is now sponsoring the show. I went into it a little bit on my Facebook page. So make sure you guys go like their page. Make sure you check out some of their artists, Ben Engines, Meta Noise. Those are all great guys. Both of who I just mentioned have been on the show before. Really great guys to talk to. I'm hoping Gino can play one of their songs at the end, Ben Engines or Meta Noise. I really don't care which one. I'm assuming Gino can hear me right now. But no, definitely like their page. Follow their Instagram at Anakian Music and check their stuff out. It's really good stuff. But, all right, so we're coming up to about the last 10 minutes of the show. You guys said your favorite one was Bring Me to Life?
Yeah.
All right.
One.
And which one was yours one more time?
Everlong.
Everlong?
Yeah.
I was
Or
gonna
Come
say-
Together.
Because Dana's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we can
That's
play
it.
either one. It doesn't matter to me, but...
I don't know which one you guys. Zach, well, there's no guitar solo on that, so we can,
like,
we can probably do.
I mean, whatever
What do you want to do?
It's up to you guys. Can we do?
Or is there a
I
different
kind of
one?
want to do Bring Me to Life. I don't know.
Can we do?
Or is there a
without
different
Yeah, we'll
one
try
altogether?
it. I just won't do the scream. I just have to sing it.
Okay, let's do it.
I actually didn't know how you took care of like the singing at first, like before Dana, and then I was like, whoa, wait, he could sing. Okay.
It was just instrumentals before I got
Yeah.
here.
No. Yeah.
They
I
were
would-
they were putting all the instrumentals for you. They were grooming this up for you.
That's right.
Such a diva. That's in her head. That's what it was, but it's really not what it was.
Not at all.
She went from D to I will judo flip you.
They're really regretting their decision.
We could try- Should we plug our next show now or at the end of the? The show?
Yeah, plug
No?
it after this one,
Okay.
and you guys can plug it after Jesse's favorite too.
Okay. So Bring Me to Life.
I wanted to get both of yours on, man.
Can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I become so numb without a soul? My spirit's sleeping somewhere cold until you find it there and lead it back home.
Wake me up!
Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up!
Wake me up inside.
Save me! living a lie. There's nothing inside.
Bring me to life. Frozen inside without your touch, without your love, darling. Only you are alive among the dead.
All of this time, I can't believe I couldn't see. Kept in the dark, but you were there in front of me.
I've been sleeping 1,000 years, it seems, not to open my eyes to everything.
Without a thought, without a voice, without a soul. Don't let me die here. There must be something more.
Bring me to life. Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up.
Wake me up inside.
Save me.
Call my name and save me from the dark.
Wake me up.
Bid my blood to
Can't
run
wake up.
before I come undone.
Save me.
Save me from the nothing I've become. Bring me to life.
I've been living a lie. There's nothing inside.
Bring me to life.
Woo! I can see why you like that one. That was
Yeah.
really good. All right, so are you doing Everlong or Come Together?
I guess Everlong would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everlong would be a better
Come
one.
together, we'll be here all day and
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, that's true.
20-minute song, bro.
All right, real quick though, plug your next show.
Yes, our next show is June 14th at Ellery's in Middlesex. It's kind of like our home base. Since everyone here have Middlesex roots, Ellery's is our place. So June 14th from 9:30 to 1 a.m.
All right, make sure you guys go check out Remember Yesterday
Yep.
over in Middlesex, the Ellery's.
Yep. And our
9:30 to 1 in the morning.
Can you
June.
give our Instagram and stuff like that?
Yeah, give
Sorry,
it,
man.
please.
It's Remember Yesterday NJ. So it's yeah, we got to do that. Instagram, Facebook at Remember Yesterday NJ. Sorry.
All right, so make sure once again you guys go check them out at Ellery's.
Are you dropped
Follow
down?
them on social media. And,
Everlong?
Yes.
and really quick, these guys are gonna play Everlong for you right here on Hamilton Radio as we go out.
Yes. Thanks a lot for having us, man.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Appreciate
I was
it.
gonna say if I'm like up and about like during the song, I'm just making sure that the sponsors' music can get played too. But
Sure.
yeah,
All right, man.
so you might catch me on the live chat, tucking and rolling, but.
Nice. Hello, I've waited here for you ever long. Tonight, I throw myself into, and out of the red, out of her head she sang. Come down and waste away with me. Down with me. Slow how you wanted it to be. I'm over my head, out of her head she sang. And I wonder, when I sing along with you, if everything could ever feel this real forever. this good again. The only thing I'll ever ask of you, you gotta promise not to stop when I say when. She sang. Breathe out so I can breathe you in, hold you in. And now I know you've always been out of your head, out of my head, she sang. And I wonder, I sing along with you, if everything could ever feel this real forever, if anything could ever be this good again. The only thing I'll ever ask of you, you gotta promise not to stop when I say when. She sang. Everything could ever feel this real forever, if anything could ever be this good again. The only thing I'll ever ask of you, you gotta promise not to stop when I say when.
All right, Everlong, Foo Fighters, Remember Yesterday. It was great having you guys on, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate you
Thank
being
Thank
here.
you, bud.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, dude. Thank you.
But anyways, guys, this has been the Roundtable here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. Make sure you go check out these guys at Emelroy's. Did I say that right?
Ellery's.
No.
Not at all.
Ellery's.
I said that worse than Gavin DeGraw.
Okay.
God.
That'll be the restaurant you open later on.
right.
Ellery's.
Elleroy's?
No, Ellery's.
Ellery's?
Ellery's
Okay.
in Middlesex.
What's the
There
date?
it is.
June 14th.
June 14th. I should know this, but June 14th at Ellery's.
9:30
check us out on
p.m. to 1
Instagram,
a.m.
Facebook. Vince has a food channel on Instagram.
Check it all out.
Check them out. Check out Remember Yesterday. We're out. Metanoise here on Hamilton Radio.
Pushing the button, cutting off your dilated verses like a C-section, trying to violate your service in the VIP section. You stressing bendito, Chico will cream like Coquito from Puerto Rico. Then we'll give it back to all of the people. I've spent time in this, but there's more to endeavor. Extra pito tip, don't say the year because it's forever. I'm clever, whatever, might not ever be Marshall or Kendrick. Clothes are inexpensive, then I'm partially eccentric. When did sending someone else to write your sentence happen? That ain't rapping, that's reciting. Maybe writing's not your talent. Balance is key, rhythm and poetry. That loud isn't potpourri, the sound that you're noticing. Yes, sir, the leaders of a rebellion, telling them to open up the closet full of skeletons. 10 or 10, cause I'm a nocturnal animal, eating up these rappers for supper, so call me Hannibal Lecter. Sector 1, let's get into our lecture, sipping on my nectar with a syrup kind of texture. Bless her, she's waiting as I finish blabbering, though it's flattering to me, to them it's simply shattering. Speaking of the shadow, how can I get suited? If all these lives matter, tell me why they shooting. Just tell me logically the reason for the idiocracy, cause possibly there isn't one. Honestly, it's hypocrisy, but I just sip my tea, I threw them by the half of stems. I try to make amends, but I already have my friends, so I ain't stressing. I just hope you learned your lesson. A professor professing in this profession. Now turn your testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Every word will be voiced unto thee. Dreams of having dinner with the president and subsequently set a precedent and rap for future reference. And by my reckoning, I really hope you recognize that people aren't reckoning for all the jokes you're referencing. And yes, I call them jokes cause all they got a bunch of comics thinking that you're dope and yet you have too much in common. I know you're rhyming, I ain't mean to mess your timing up. I'm using big words, I ain't mean to stress your mind and such. What do you say to the fans? Give it away and let them dance. Help me understand why dudes get sued, fools get a piece of the dudes. It's something they didn't do. Just a random thought, I really think I think too much. I plan to be the boss and they think I'm ridiculous. I guess we have our own statements and opinions, and yet we'll build a home and we'll make it a twin dominion. Effing with the duo, then kudos. But if you ain't messing with my cujos, you pseudo do judo on your gulo. Up on Mount O with an ounce, yo. Can you count, bro? This is not the right amount, bro. I get a discount, though. When New Yorkers run to, trying to escape the madness, traffic, and guns, too. And like magic, heavenly, everything tragic seem to undo. And like static rappers, see the noises seem to come through. It's so incredible, now my music is credible. Intellectual music, I'll be living forever. Soul is like a Billy Joel or even a Sammy Cooke. We got the bars and hit the notes, it's almost like having the Grammy talk. Or I mean taken, I'm Kate, I'm the grammar Nazi, and so is Cadus. That's why we have written a drama comedy. Never accept acceptable, except when it's perpetual.